Okay, so this is video one of the last I'm going to do on Dragonlordfrodo, hopefully, and maybe it'll all be resolved. You know, the entire issue with my opinion in regards to him. Okay, and we'll see what happens. But this is his live stream right here. He's doing it right now. Probably not by the time
you don't want to be
but
associated with fucking pedophiles like me. Not only just pedophiles, but you know, I produce, and I distribute. What the fuck was that? I make, produce, and distribute child pornography. And it's not just like with 14-year-old girls. Oh no. These are fucking newborn porns. They're not even children yet. These are straight from the fucking pussy.
Here you see how he is, guys.
These
anyway.
Are straight from the pussy.
Okay, so let's get this fucking perfectly clear. I don't hate you, Dragonlordfrodo. I don't even have a clue about your disability because I don't fucking research Asperger's syndrome. I do think that you have an issue with laziness. That's something you could probably fix really quick, getting in better shape and stuff. You do have an attitude problem, needs to be corrected. You know, it would have probably helped to get beat up by somebody as you were growing up like I did. Not that I'm encouraging that now, you know, because I'm a grown adult, 55-year-old man, and I don't think it's right to encourage stuff like that. So, anyway, this video is about, he questioned, you know, what am I doing? Because I called him lazy. Well, here you go. First, I want to explain something. The only reason why I tuned into Dragonlordfrodo, guys, was because he popped up randomly. I was just fucking, you know, because I do have some quirky ass shit on YouTube I look at. It cracks me up. And his shit ended up popping up probably because YouTube saw that I like that quirky, fucked up shit sometimes. And he showed up at the time. I don't even think the guy was in underwear like he does now. And maybe that's why I watched his stuff, because he wasn't in underwear. Yeah. Anyway, so the thing is, Dragonlordfrodo, I don't hate you. You cracked me up talking about the Seneca Casino. That Michael Constantino YouTube channel I used to have, which is what I originally tuned into. And that story cracked me up. I mean, I was pretty much on the floor laughing, okay? So if you can provide that kind of humor to people, then of course I'm going to watch. That's how I am. That shit's funny. Okay, so the bottom line is I don't hate you, and I will take down the videos if you apologize for being kind of a jerk, and especially to me and other people, and, you know, take back some of your comments about America, because you're lucky you got any fucking thing coming in anywhere else in the world, and you'd be begging to fucking come here. You would let somebody fucking drive fuck you with a splintered fucking baseball bat to come here if you were anywhere else in the world. Okay? Let's see. Okay, so the jobs I've had, Dragonlordfrodo, I don't know. I had to write them down because I'll be honest with you, and I only wrote down a select amount because I'm not going to sit here and waste your time telling you all the jobs I worked. But yeah, I worked in construction, you know, concrete construction, roofing, janitor, porter, which is the same kind of like as a janitor, but a little different because when you're a porter, you do a lot of fucking sweeping up, you know, so it's a lot different than just a janitor. When I was a janitor, I did a lot of vacuuming, but when I was a porter, I did more, you know, sweeping and wiping, dusting shit and stuff, real weird stuff. But I took the job at the time because I didn't have any. And I'll be honest with you, I take any job when I'm out of money. All right, so don't fucking try to act like, you know, I'm lazy. Let's see, barback. I was a barback at the Glitter Gulch in Las Vegas. I served liquor as well. I had to get my liquor thing, but it wasn't really allowed, but I did it anyway because I had the liquor thing. I was allowed to serve beers. And a couple times I made drinks, you know, because the barbacks were trying to teach me and shit. But also, on different days of the week, I would also switch off and become the porter to the strip club. And let's see, I was a porter also in the Frontier Casino and a barback. Let's see. I worked in McCarran Airport as a tour group baggage handler. And that was actually, I enjoyed that job. I didn't like breathing in the pollution that would hang at the airport because it would, and it's worse in Vegas now. It's really bad. When there's no wind, you don't want to be in Vegas. Trust me. It's a little bowl with mountains around it, and all the cars and everything and the pollution that comes from everywhere else, like Mongolian dust, it all settles in there, and you can see it's all brown. It's fucking gross. I hate Vegas now. But anyway, when I worked that job, we went around to hotels. We got to see important people. I almost met Frank Sinatra just because I delivered his fucking luggage. But the valet was the one who got to deliver it to his room, you know. But and he had a fucking like a pepperoni or salami or something. It wasn't a dildo. It was like fucking pepperoni or salami in his coat jacket. So, but yeah. It was interesting because I seen him walking off the plane and shit. That much I did see. But it's not a big deal. I don't really care for Frank Sinatra. But the point is I got to see, you know, pretty famous people when I was in Vegas. That was fun. I loved doing the tour group thing because we go to every fucking casino, man. And, you know, you got to, after a while, you know the layout of all the fucking casinos. It's a riot. It's fucking like nobody can outdo me. I know every fucking one of these fucking casinos in and out. It was awesome. I love that job. Let's see, what else did I do? I have to look down here because it's been years, literally, since I worked these jobs. I worked library distributors in Las Vegas, which would distribute like educational tapes and stuff to elementary and high schools and shit like that. And I also worked in the mailroom there. Let's see, what else did I do? Oh yeah, I worked Taco Bell. Yeah, I work any job that fucking comes along when I need money, man. That was when they first came out, too. I worked Taco Bell when they first fucking came out. And they were owned by Pepsi, I believe, back then, even. And then, of course, I worked Denny's. Let's see. And, of course, I took any job. Dishwasher, busboy, whatever the fuck they were, you know, I'd be like, yeah, you know, I'll take it. I didn't fucking discriminate against jobs. Once you start discriminating jobs and you don't have the, you know, the fucking knowledge in the first place, like let's say for instance, and I kind of did, but I mean, most of the time to get my foot in the door, I didn't have that experience. So like Taco Bell was like one of my first fast food restaurants I ever worked. That I think I worked. I'm trying to remember, but anyway, the point is, you know, you fucking take what you can get. You don't complain, and when you see the paycheck, you really don't care. It's a fucking minimum wage job at that point. You're like, you're happy you got money coming in. You don't care about, oh, it was such a bitch making that fucking burrito for that guy because he fucking wouldn't shut up about how to do it and I couldn't even start making it and then there was a big line. No, fuck, I could care less. At the end of the day, you know, it was me getting paid, all right? Let's see, what else did I do? Oh, yeah, I forgot. I worked Las Vegas Country Club in the Caddyshack. That was cool. The cart barn, they call it. That was an awesome job too, and sorry for the wiggling, I keep touching my phone. It was an awesome job. I got to meet a lot of, you know, I got to see famous golfers and shit, and it was fun, and it was a little bit healthy too, because I had to run around and get the golf carts, and, you know, and when I say run, I mean literally I had to jog to get the carts and shit, okay? Also, at the Las Vegas Country Club, I worked in the, what is referred to as a high-end restaurant, all right? So the guy in there was, I think he was a French cook, and I think he was a French, you know, he was the main chef there, whatever the fuck name is for a main chef. That guy, he fucking scooted me up the ladder so quick. I was already almost a cook. In a couple months, I was a cold prep in no time at all because I already knew how to chop shit and stuff. And then, as soon as he saw me, he saw that I was eager, and he started, hey, look, I'm going to turn you into a fucking cook. And that guy was nice. And you know what happened to him? Because the place was owned by Jewish folks, right? They fired him because what'd he do? He broke some rules. He was supposed to give some of the Mexican dishwashers those jobs, and he didn't. But you got to remember this, guys. Those Mexican dishwashers didn't even speak English, right? So he was doing the right thing, but because the Jewish folks, they took a dislike to me right away, maybe when they realized this guy isn't Jewish, he's a fucking Caucasian motherfucker. They got rid of me, right? Look, I'm not a hater of other ethnicities. I do think there's a problem with the Jewish hierarchy, and they will never admit it. They'll just call you, they'll make names up for you, though, and try to make it seem like you're some kind of racist or whatever they call it, when you're against a Jewish person. I'm not against anybody. The point is they're against you. So once you realize that, you'll fucking understand, they're always trying to be in the position of a power grab. So anyway, that's over with. That job ended, and let's see. Oh, did I mention I'm a professional gambler? Okay. Did I mention that? Okay. Yeah, I'm a professional gambler. That means I can sit at any blackjack table and win. All right. I don't do it anymore, though, because, the casinos, they fucking pay super close attention to the little guys that are really good because they don't want to fucking be taken by some nobody. They'd rather be taken by somebody like the guy who played Welcome Back Kotter, whatever his name is. He's a professional gambler, but eventually they kick him out, too. Okay, so it's frustrating and it's nerve-wracking to be a professional gambler because it's actually very hard to do it. And it's not really super hard, but after you're done, if you can feel the wear and tear on your mind, your fucking mind, you almost feel like you need like fucking a multivitamin and 3 days in a spa, because it really drains your ass. And especially because they send the pit bosses over to fucking disturb you. They'll even send people over to clean near your fucking seat to disturb you. They'll send drink ladies over with Visine. They used to anyway, so that, you'll start to get fucking tired and leave. And then they'll threaten to kick you out if you stand and look at a blackjack table without playing because they think, they'll use your loitering. But the truth is they know you're fishing the table. You're trying to see what's coming out of the deck so that you can understand exactly what the fuck is going down with the cards. But they know that. But they'll come up and they'll try to kick you out for loitering. All right. Anyway, so I got frustrated. I decided I made enough money from these casinos. I left Vegas. And I'm happy. I got my house here. All right. But also I discovered that roulette is an easy game to win at. I was almost going to go into that direction when I moved out, but I decided not to. You have to understand when you play roulette, you have to play at least 60-70% of the numbers with a fine spread up and down. And don't play any of the outside of the board, just the 35-1, and that's it. Even though it has 38 numbers technically, because it's the 0, 00, and yeah, anyway, that's how you play roulette. Anyway, the bottom line is, yeah, I did a lot of stuff in my life. Lots of different things. I'm looking down here, and I don't know why, because I already read them all off. But the truth of the matter is, I was disabled from birth. I was 20 minutes dead, all right? So my disability should have happened back then. But it didn't because my parents wanted to see if I would, turn out okay, which I didn't. But I guess at that point they forgot that they needed to bring me, they need to get me my disability. And plus, I'm glad I didn't because if they had done that, I wouldn't have worked all those jobs. So I'm glad they didn't. But at the same time, what happened is, I eventually had to get my disability, okay? And I have a back problem, Oh, by the way, this shirt, hold on a second, guys. This shirt I was originally going to give to DLF because he could probably use some money, But I decided not to because I think they didn't have the XXX. But I also sent DLF a bunch of funny-ass patches and stuff. And I even sent him a stainless steel pendant that was fucking a riot. But what did he do? He didn't even mention it, and he sold it probably, I'm sure. Because that's how he is. Now, it doesn't mean I hate you. Just fucking, apologize to you know, to Americans for saying, you know, you wish everybody would just get destroyed by a nuke. Apologize to me, and I'll take down your videos, and maybe I'll even give you some encouragement. The good thing is the bad press that I gave him has increased his subscribers very quickly. Even though supposedly I don't get that many views because YouTube's deceptive. But in the meantime, look, he's got more subscribers because of my negative publicity. So he should be thanking me anyway. Let's see. And if he surpasses me, that's great. I don't care. You know, I'm only doing YouTube because it's like a hobby for me. And I feel like that's probably the only reason why he does it. But anyway, so it's not. And by the way, Dragonlordfrodo, I even offered him a place to stay, guys. But he's so, you know, he's still, you know, when he blocked me, it was only because I was trying to give him advice. He doesn't like taking advice from anyone. And because of that, that's why he's, you know, plummeting with his attitude, gets worse and worse. Of course, when I say something like this, he'll do a video and he'll act all cheerful or some shit. But the point is, he's always angry. He could use some encouragement and learn how to apologize to people. And if he unblocked me, I seriously, I'd go to his channel and I'd say probably nice things. Or I wouldn't say anything. You know, I wouldn't even question or try to give him advice because I kind of learned a lesson. He's bitter about shit like that. So I would probably just stay away from that. He's not going to unblock me, but like I said, guys, I'm the better person. I was going to give him the upstairs for $500, let him rent it because he wants to get out of Buffalo, and I still would. But he needs to apologize to me and unblock me, and I won't give him any shit. I promise. And he can always block me again if I do, right? All right, so in the meantime, there's an upstairs. I call it an apartment because it might as well be. I mean, he can use this kitchen. I was going to put a kitchenette in downstairs over in this room here. So, or maybe up there, but I wouldn't want to do that because it's a big fucking room, big bathroom, giant fucking 40-foot deck. And anyone can rent it. But I mean, I offered it to him, but because, you know, he needs to get over his issues. Yeah, you know, lying comes from everyone. And everybody has the potential to lie. So don't just, you know, constantly shoot your mom down, shoot your uncle down, your fucking rich uncle, all those fucking relatives. He constantly fucking causing, you know, making negative comments about them. Maybe you should just forget about that and just stick with, you know, some upbeat things. And I don't know. And instead of fucking constantly bringing people and just tear. You know what, Dragonlordfrodo, I'll be honest, Mike. If you were to not say anything about your rich uncle, you might just get inheritance. Yeah. So, but because you're doing that and you're drilling it every fucking time, don't expect to get any freebies by anyone. But in the meantime, there is a room available upstairs. Would you like to see it? I mean, I'll fucking bring you up there and you can see it. And so, anyway, guys, yeah, I worked my entire life. I bought into the Social Security system that way because I paid my way. And as a result, you know, I don't consider myself a leech to have a disability. I didn't even get my disability till like 1991 or 3 or some shit. They denied me like 6, 7, 8 times because that's their protocol, is to try to scare you away from it by denying you. But all you have to do is keep applying. As long as you know that you were disabled from birth, there's no way they can continue to deny you. But it did. It took me like 3 years to get my fucking disability when I applied. And it doesn't mean that I encourage it, you know, because most people, they'll just think of anything. But anyway, guys, this is about, I worked my entire life. I am not, you know, retired. I still work, but that's really nobody's business. I've mentioned it before in other videos. It's no big deal. I'm not even allowed to do too many clients, like 2 clients a month. That's it.